Yeah, I know. It took me over a month to see it. But now I have. So let's get this review started. I'm not gonna put on this mask the whole time. Halloween 2018, or as you would like to call it, Halloween, because that's the title of the movie, or Halloween Part 2 of 3? Well, exclude the Rob Zombie sequel to the horrible reboot. I like to call it Halloween H40, 4 years later. It makes not as much sense. In fact, why didn't Blumhouse just call it that? If John Carpenter could approve it. If I'm going to talk about Halloween 2018, I'm going to have to talk about a little bit of the history of another Halloween movie that was going to come out. Back in 2007, when Rob Zombie and pitched his own Halloween movie to the Weinstein Company and Dimension Films, they wanted to do a sequel to his Halloween movie, but he didn't feel the need to. But they said they were going to do it without him, and he just took the part. And the final result was a little odd, to say the least. And after that one came out, they were going to do a 3D Halloween movie, and that one wasn't gonna go off the rails. And good God. Could you imagine seeing the Michael Myers mask in 3D dimension? I wouldn't. Back to when they canceled the Halloween 3D movie, John Carpenter would initially take a restoration of the Halloween movie, but just not have those sequels be connected to this new sequel. And as you can imagine, this one has no connection to those other sequels. Why? Well, I think John Carpenter said it best. He has never seen those Halloween sequels. He has only seen Halloween Resurrection. And that would make a whole lot of sense, wouldn't it? And Jason Blum was also on board to do it. And director David Gordon Green, who is also a Halloween fan, and Dave McBride, and I don't know much about him, except for that Angry Birds monstrosity, got together and made a Halloween sequel where they would get Nick Castle alongside Jamie Lee Curtis for the sequel. And let me tell you, the final result is pure magic. If they hadn't done those Halloween sequels in the past, they would have never, ever done it like this. I know this was a big hit when it came out, and I really, really wanted to see it, and I just had to get all the other films I wanted to see in the fall out of the way so I can try to see this one. And it took me days to try to see this movie, and it didn't disappoint me. So as you can tell, after Laurie Strode experienced her incident with Michael Myers and killed 3 of her friends and their boyfriends, actually one of the boyfriends, and let's see what else did Michael Myers kill. He killed 2 more people. Oh yeah, he did kill the guy the girl in the car. Or someone in the car when Dr. Loomis was out on the phone booth. I think that was the full body count. Unless they counted the dog. But anyway, after that, Laurie Strode hasn't recovered from her incident with Michael Myers. She has received post-traumatic stress and has been preparing for Michael Myers' attempt to escape from the mental institution ever since. She has gone through preparing by setting up her house with booby traps or burners and so much censored lights, like modern tech. She even has surveillance cameras, and she's always been following Michael Myers around, and even going so far to go to institution and see him be transported to another institution. She also has family. And Judy, Greer, the girl who plays Karen, has grown up with Laurie Strode, and she has not loved her mother ever since, but she still does. It's just, she wants to let go of the past, but she can't, because her family will be in danger in the near future when Michael Myers comes out of the institution and goes on his killing spree. But there are two other characters in the movie. The investigator, the guy who has his own show, wants to do an inside documentary on Michael Myers' killings. But as you can imagine, Michael hasn't spoken a word in 40 years. But now if I could think back to the original Halloween sequel, that one really doesn't make sense. And yes, I know I'm thinking this back before I think about the idea of retconning the whole series. But this is weird. Halloween 2 had that exact same thing. He gets up and then he walks some more, because that shows how he survived. But in this one, after he got shot 3 times by Loomis, he is taken away by the institution. Which makes more sense because he was the one that escaped. There's that. And as you can guess, Michael Myers gets out, the killings continue, and every time it cuts to the killings, it's really good. It's a lot as gory as it was from the first Halloween movie and Somewhere Else and Beyond. Because we think back to the original Halloween movie, they really never had that much gore or blood. I mean, they probably had some on screen, but it really wasn't that good. I mean, it was still good. There is so much I could say. I would want to do a spoiler review for this, because there are a couple of things in the movie that feels like it could open up for a sequel, and in many respects, it does feel like it can. Because originally they were gonna shoot Halloween sequels back to back, but then David Gordon Green wanted to put that on hold and see how this one did, and it has done so well that they have already put their sequel in development. And for that, I would like to say, please make them better. Oh, please. I can't take those horrible sequels anymore. Michael Myers in a cult? What does that make of? It makes no sense. Please, Jason Blum. Don't do it. This is one of my most anticipated films of the year, and has never disappointed me. It is by far one of the best films on my list of best films of 2018. I'm gonna give this 3.7 out of 4 stars. It is as good, and it pays respect to it. I have so many more videos I want to do. I haven't done House with a Clock in its Walls, and I haven't seen Venom. I already saw Venom, so don't worry. I will be putting those up very soon for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, come back to this channel and I'll tell you everything you need to know about the film industry. Of course, it's wig hair. Pah!